Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. Jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5. It's Barkley on the counter. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. 2nd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Ready,
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
You got bombers.
Here's Lawrence to throw. Caught by Jones. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and they're going to face a 3rd down. This defense for the Broncos, they really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long, step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
Lawrence on 3rd down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos at their own 28-yard line. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That tackle by Trayvon Walker. Nice play. He blows that up behind the line of scrimmage. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Here's Wilson. He'll drop this down to Williams. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. He's a reigning AFC Offensive Player of the Week, and defensively they have to find an answer for him.
And that's what you would do if you were calling plays, right? You'd make sure that he gets targeted, but the thing about it is the route running. That's what makes him so dangerous, is because no matter what is presented defensively, he runs his route with such skill that he's able to go up and get the football first in each and every situation.
He's got his 6'5 receiver. That's Tim Patrick. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos 1st down.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and they picked up a 1st down for them, too.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Now, this game, the 9th that the Jags have played here in London, you might know that Shad Khan, he's the owner of both the Jaguars and Fulham in the English Premier League on the soccer side of things. And this is the 3rd of 3 London games the NFL will play this year. But there is one more game to come over on the continent. The Seahawks and Bucks from Munich, Germany. The first time a regular season game will be played there. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. Foyesade Oluwakan made the tackle there from his safety position.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Again, it's Williams. And not much running room. Down to the 32. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
I know the speed is... Today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd. Here's Wilson. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Patrick. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. A quick throw there out to Williams. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll make it second down.
Well, we know he can run the football too, but he's a good pass catcher. That's been on display here, Charles, on this opening drive.
And we certainly have seen the benefits of what he did in the offseason, which was spend more time with wide receivers, working on routes, working on cuts, in order to make himself a more complete running back and even more of a threat downfield.
A 5-yard pass on the heels of a 5-yard run. Good enough for the first. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And he pushes forward, but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going to play action since you ran it twice.
And this time he is in.
Javonte Williams, his 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Broncos are on the board first here this afternoon.
Extra point from McManus is good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
On play action, Lawrence
gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 7-0 on EA Sports. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10.
And they'll run it. This is James Robinson.
Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
The Jaguars now at 2-5 to start play. Yeah, they've lost 3 straight here, and it kind of goes without saying, I guess, but they could certainly use a win.
Yeah, no doubt about that. There's a difference between a losing stretch and a losing streak, and right now, they're not playing their best football, but if they were to fall here, and now you're looking at going 4 games without a win, things can start compounding themselves pretty quickly from this point forward.
And only a couple for him there as the tackle is made at the 42.
Nice job there on the tackle, keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Ready, go.
Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Jaguar linemen might have moved. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long.
Here's Lawrence. And the pass is intercepted. He was looking for Ingram. Picked up by Afitu Melifonwu.
And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Tackle made by Devin Lloyd, the linebacker.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson. This is Hamler on the receiving end. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game at Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
They run it again with Williams. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. That's a heck of an effort from Josh Allen getting in there defensively.
When you're lateral to the line of scrimmage, linebackers keep those shoulders square so they can go up and down. But when it's time to go, turn your shoulders just like a running back. Get through the line and hit the runner in the backfield.
It's a jet sweep. Wilson with a little pop pass.
And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. The Broncos on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This time it's 3rd and 3. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. Here we go with Williams. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th.
Deep in the red zone, seemed like they had their mind made up that was 4-down territory, and now they've got it inside the 5.
I like the way you looked at that because you're thinking just like a play caller and a head coach who gave the play caller that authority. It was 4-down territory. They went for it, picked it up. They didn't get the touchdown, but what a great consolation prize. A new set of downs and another shot at the end zone.
Two minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. They'll come out in the pistol. They'll run it with Williams. And this time he is in. Javonte Williams with his 13th touchdown of the year and second of the game. And the Broncos have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. McManus's point after is good, and it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Claybrooks going to bring this one out. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Looking to throw, Lawrence. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. Now that screen there on second down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying it is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on third down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety.
Well, partner, I'm just going to say this. Whoever did the scouting report for this game is going to get a raise, because they've had their number at every turn, and they just buried him for a safety with ease. When you earn 2 points and give up 0 for a half of football, there's not much left you can improve on, even though they'll try.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
Screen play set up for Williams. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37, gain of 9.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you can get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. That's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down.
Brandon, after last week we went over 200 yards. Looks like the hot tub, cold tub, whatever he did, it worked pretty well.
Much chatter about that performance. Rightfully so. AFC Offensive Player of the Week. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback,
they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. The option to give to Williams here. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number one. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. From the gun, it's Wilson. He'll go up top here for Hamler. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. To throw is Wilson. He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. Oh, and he's going to be brought down a few yards short of the goal line, and they're going to be unable to stop the clock from here. So close yet so far, and that's going to be how this first half will come to an end. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. This offense set to begin the third quarter, and Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And now whistles here and a flag down. Looked like someone got going a little early. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Now it's Wilson. He'll get this one to Patrick. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They try the left side here with Williams. And some room to maneuver. They nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. 56 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
They go play action now. Wilson. He's going to wind up and air it out. Touchdown! Tim Patrick, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
Extra point from McManus is good. And that pushes the lead up to 23. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there, second down. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense, and know what they say. Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Lawrence. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons.
Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is a team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Throwing is Wilson.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
It's a jet sweep. Wilson with a little pop pass. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. They run. It's Williams. And he's not going to get in. They stop him at the 1. They gave it to him in search of his 3rd touchdown, but he's denied. And the Jaguars are able to come up with a goal line stand. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles, if they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback. Well, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence.
And did he get in? No. They'll mark him down at the 1-yard line.
Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. That is caught by Williams for a Denver touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the Broncos are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. McManus's point after is good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
A first down carry for Barkley. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. On second down, Lawrence. Looking left side, and it's complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 44-yard line. They go play action now. Lawrence. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Bradley Chubb, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Another try after the first down sack. Lawrence. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Now Lawrence. Man open, here is Jones. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 26. Lawrence will throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. He's at the 40, 20, 10, 5. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown.
Well, I mean, you get it. They're trying to make something happen here in this third quarter, CD, but I don't think a pick six is exactly what they had in mind.
No, not at all, because this offense, they've been stuck all game long. Haven't dented the scoreboard yet, and they're kind of forced to take a few chances here. And that one, it backfired in a big way.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Now on 2nd and 13, Lawrence. And now here is another interception. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Wilson. Quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete. Up big here in the 4th quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points, but they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
And this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown, Broncos. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Broncos are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage. Extra point from McManus is good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. They begin with a run by Barkley. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
On 1st down, Lawrence. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl-type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. Room here to run. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 47 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be...
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the Broncos are going to have it here just past the 25.
Well, let's face it, Brandon, they're down here in the 2nd half. You want to try and make something happen, and if you're the guy with the ball in your hands, you're going to try even harder. Because I think all he was trying to do was to get outside the pocket and see if he can find a big play downfield.
After the interception, here's Wilson. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Broncos. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack the defense and take them out of the game.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory. But it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down.
Well, you admire anyone trying to pick up an additional couple of yards. They're just not worth it when you take shots like that. Quarterbacks have to stay in the game and stay on the field.
The pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. Michael Ojemudia able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
This offense so far on third down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence.
Finds his tight end Ingram. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
They go play action with Lawrence. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Now Lawrence to throw.
He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Bradley Chubb picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Talk about two sides of the ball at cross purposes, because mercifully this game's almost over for the offense, but the defense, they still want to get a few shots in. That front 7, they've loved this ball game. They've been able to pad their stats, and maybe some backups can get in and get a sack as well.
And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning.
You got bombers. You got bombers. Back up.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy.
Down. Hey. Wait.
Here we go. Gotta have it. Lawrence.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. Now Williams running left. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause of the action. A timeout here defensively.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it can be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
I think it's pretty evident that any blowout isn't going to be big enough for them. They're already up 7 full touchdowns, and it's still not stopping them from throwing it deep downfield, taking their shots, trying to add more points.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Jaguar football as they take over deep in their own territory. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, their defense.
There he goes, left side. The 40. The 20. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Extra point by Patterson, up and good, as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And the Broncos are going to get the football. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
Wilson wants to throw it. Finding the open man, and that's Tim Patrick. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Sliding out of the pocket. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there, because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Wilson. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Well, there's absolutely been no stopping this offense today. They already have the big lead, obviously. Here in the 4th quarter, they could coast to the end, but right now they're not passing up any chances to put up some garbage time yardage.
And, partner, why would they? Because who knows the next time you'll be playing as well as you have today. When you're in that zone, you go ahead and take full advantage of it. You don't worry about your opponent. You just worry about what you're doing.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. 2nd and goal from the 1. Wilson on the keeper, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Now McManus to tack on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
He'll buy some time right. He's got a man complete.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
as this defense walks.
Yeah, let me show you how to be a star. Let me show you how to go far, far. Let me show you how to shine bright. Let me show you how to shine bright. Let me show you how to be a star. Yeah, pull up with a baddie in a fancy car. How to party like a rock star and play guitar like a superstar. Yeah, and I'm so tired of them playing with me. Yeah, pushing my buttons, this ain't no game to me. Yeah, ain't got time to be explaining me. Yeah, I'ma just take over the game, baby. Yeah, let me show you how to be a star. Let me show you how to go far, far. Let me show you how to shine bright. Let me show you how to shine bright. Let me show you how to raise a bar, how to go large, how to take it too far. Let me show you how to show up and show out and surf the crowd. Trust me, you ain't never seen nothing like this. You ain't never been to a show like this. I'ma give you something to remember forever. Yeah, and I'm so tired of them playing with me. Yeah, pushing my buttons, this ain't no game to me. Yeah, ain't got time to be explaining me. Yeah, I'ma just take over the game, baby. Yeah, let me show you how to be a star. Let me show you how to go far, far. Let me show you how to shine bright. Let me show you how to shine bright. Let me show you how to be a star. Let me show you how to go far, far. Let me show you how to shine bright. Let me show you how to shine bright.
First off, let me talk my. Got a couple things I gotta cross off my list. How you insomniac for sleeping on my. It's a bad soundtrack, read the script. Born in the motherland, headed straight down to the south. Tennessee mornings with pops, working 3 jobs. I knew that they struggled to get it, that's why I wanted to get it. That embedded, you get it, treat it like the law. And I'ma need commission for this hit. Lance laid the canvas and I painted over it. I don't need a vision board to show you I'm the. I'm betting on myself, count the chips. Got it. Made some choices for a profit. That's my logic. I'ma take it to the coffin. Just being honest. Try to sink my ship like Titanic and leave me with Jack. Hope I be panicking, but I rose to the top. Isn't it funny that the is built like a Maserati, yoga folding like origami? What? I walk the walk, I talk the talk. I be saying what I want. When I had no deposit, closet was looking real bare. Now I made a deposit, my closet's looking super rare. Drove it really far. Crazy how did just happen, wishing on a star. It's a celebration, I ain't talking Mardi Gras. With a little patience, you'll be eating Budokan. What you want? What you want? Made some choices for a profit. That's my logic. I'ma take it to the coffin. Just being honest. Never let a manufacture stack like that. And if it getting toxic, tell the boy fall back. If it was back then, I'd be tripping off that. Took a little time just to get me on track. I went from snotty to snobby, got it like immune to everybody, this is stunt 101. Up in the club, throwing this 50s like hate it or love it, I just can't get enough. Labels keep calling me, I said move if you call me please, or don't even bother me. They said oh my apology, they keep calling and calling. I keep stalling and stalling. Rookie of the year, my career snowballing. Got it. Made some choices for a profit. That's my logic. I'ma take it to the coffin. Just being honest.
Come alive in the dark, and I keep getting stronger. My limit's the sky. I do the impossible, impossible. Shine if I want to. I win every time if I want to. The world mine if I want to. Make the world mine cause I want to. I'll pull the sword out the border, walk a floor full of cobras. Go to war with you all, we can brawl toe to toe. I can tighten loose.